Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. This week, we're making a wreath, but we're not only making a wreath, we are going to show you how to make this sign. Yes, you can make a sign for your wreath, and it's not as hard as you think. You just need a few supplies and the right tools, and you can make this wreath just like I did. Now, this is perfect for any time of year, but listen, if you want to learn how to make a wreath, you're going to want to stay tuned because I'm going to show you step by step. So let's get to crafting. All right, so we're going to look at some different rounds of wood signs that you can use. Some of these came from Dollar Tree. Some of them I got off of Amazon, but I'll leave you the links to where I got the ones from Amazon. But this particular one, we're just using it from Dollar Tree. Now, this is one of those sensors that will light up. For some reason, it didn't when I did this, but it was pretty cool. What we're going to do is we're going to tape it off. So the top part here is I'm just going to take some kind of like a wax stain that I had on hand from Hobby Lobby, and then I just took a little baby wet wipe, and those are pretty handy. You don't need to have them just for babies. They're great for the crafting room. So that's my tip of the day. Get yourself some wet wipes and keep them on hand. They're great for adding paint, taking paint off, but just kind of giving it a distressed look. So I really like the way that this turned out. You don't have to get out a big jar of stain, and this is just really simple to use. So keep in mind, you can do this any way you want. Really, any way you want. So one of the things that I did here was I decided I wanted one part stain and the other part painted for this particular wreath. So I probably should have waited for that stain to dry a little bit more, but it worked out just fine. So just between me and you, you'll be just fine. So I'm just using some green like chalk paint that I got. And at first I used this brush. This brush was awful. I got it from Amazon and it just shredded all over the board. So you're going to see probably a different brush here in a moment. If not, so don't use these brushes. But I just wanted to put a nice layer of this green chalk paint. And again, when I changed the brush, it got a lot smoother. So yeah, your brush matters, guys. It really does. But the way that it dried, it just turned out beautifully. I really like it. As you can see, I got a different one there. And so you're going to just give that a good painting. I think I only needed to do one coat, which again is another reason why I like chalk paint versus acrylic. And then I'm going to take this other chalk paint that I had, and we're going to use this for the stencil that we're going to use. So I just put that there, and then we're going to take this stencil. Now, these stencils are adhesive on the back. I got them from Amazon, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you like a list of everything that I got from Amazon for this project in that list so that you can do that. So if you can hear the airplane overhead, I don't know if you guys can hear it. Let me know in the comments. Can you hear the airplane? I'm in Florida at my parents' house, and we are getting ready to go on a cruise, but I needed to make sure you had a video this week. So what you're going to do is you're going to put this adhesive stencil on your project, and then I just took a little bit of the paint and we put it on our project. And what I find is these little like squeegee things for the paint work super well. And as you can see there, I'm like trying to be careful and not get it on the green, but I think I end up putting another piece of tape there. So this is just the easiest way to do it. It gave me the best look for my stencils. I had tried this in an Amazon Live, and we used like a little dauber or makeup sponge, and it worked fine, but you're going to see that this one particularly is going to turn out so much crisper. And you can use these stencils up to like 15 times, I believe, but you're going to want to clean them pretty quickly after you use them. Don't let them sit and dry. So see that? Isn't that beautiful? I just love that look. Then we're going to take off our tape at the top, and the next thing we're going to do is we are going to trace this welcome sign that I have. Now, my friend Danielle at Imperfect Dust does digital files, and they're called digital dust. And what she does is, if you want to learn how to make a hand lettering design, this is what you do. You can print out, so I printed out the welcome, but she literally has hundreds of different things that you can print out. And we took tracing paper underneath, and then I just wanted to tape it to make sure everything stayed put. I even tape it a little bit down onto the surface. And then we're going to take this little tracing tool that came with my tracing paper, and I'm simply going to trace the outside of this welcome sign. Now, keep in mind, she has hundreds of pre-made digital files that you could download. You could do this if you have a Cricut. You could have it cut as an SVG. You could do so many other things, but I'm going to have the information if you want to join her subscription box for her digital prints here. This really made it so much easier. I cannot write like this, but I can trace and I can do all the things that I need to do. So as you can see it a little lightly. I could see it a little bit better in the studio, and I took this acrylic marker. I wanted to find my pasta pens. Couldn't find the white pasta pens. I had every other color, and of course I couldn't find it. So basically what you're going to do is Danielle will teach you that on the downstroke, you're going to add a little wider side of that hand lettering. So it's just really super easy to do. And she has a plethora of videos that you can watch and all the things. So it's just a really great tool to have when you're crafting. So when you want something special like this, you can do that. I tried the the templates that I got, the stencils from Amazon, and guys, I just couldn't make it work. I tried my hardest with those stencils, but it just would bleed through. So I would definitely recommend using this. But again, I would recommend the Posca pens more than I would the ones that I'm using here, just because they have a harder felt tip and a little bit easier to work with for hand lettering, in my opinion. But as you can see, we get it done, and it turned out so beautifully. So this stuff is amazing. I got this off of Amazon. I had been seeing people use this on social media for like painting their furniture and doing different things. This looks like wood beading, like a trim, but it's actually some sort of plastic. You can cut it like you can see here. And basically all we're going to do is it gives me an adhesive tape. We're going to put that tape down, and then it's a little bit tricky to use just because it's a adhesive tape and it wanted to be difficult. But once you get it, you're going to put it down where you want to place your bead, and then you're not dealing with any hot glue, which makes it really easy. And this stuff is paintable. I have a white version and a brown version, and then you just put the beads on top. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take this 18-inch wreath form that I believe I bought this from Hobby Lobby. I think that that's where this came from. They do sell a version of this at Dollar Tree. It's a little bit wider, but I wanted to use the one that I had on hand. And we're going to take 4 of these like 5.5 to 6 inch wide pieces of burlap, and we are going to just connect it on the underside of our wreath frame. And here's the trick to this wreath. This is probably one of the easiest wreaths you'll ever make, is you're just going to poke through the burlap through each individual section of this wreath. This wreath has 3 sections. I'm not going to twist anything. I'm just going to bring it out. And then when I get down to 3, I'm going to go back to the middle here and work my way back. And we're going to zigzag all the way across this wreath. Okay. You're going to pull it out probably 3 to 4 inches, and you're going to just see how much you have and make sure you bring them out the same size. So basically you're going to go back and forth. This particular burlap that I had on hand came from Michael's, I believe, but I know you can get it at Walmart. I'll see if I can tag it here on Walmart or Michael's, but it's a little bit tighter of a weave, which I kind of like. It's just the way that it does. So as you can see, we're going to the next section of the wreath, and I was able to go underneath that cross bracket and go in the same, outer section. As long as that cross bracket is there, it's not going to come apart. So you're going to go back and forth, and you're going to put about, I would say, 6 to 8 poofs on each of these sections. And when you run out of burlap, you're just going to zip tie it to the underside of the wreath like we started it, and then you're going to start the wreath over again with another section of burlap, and then boom, you've got a wreath. It's so simple. People have been doing this for years, probably decades, but you could get really creative with this. Walmart has a lot of colors, and I would highly recommend them as well because it's a good price. And you can purchase it here on YouTube. So I'll leave you the little pop-up here for that. But again, I know, I wish I could go this fast, but that's all you're going to do. And then when you get to the end, you're just going to cut the excess burlap, and we're just going to take it and we're going to zip tie it to the bottom side of your wreath. This is the back side of your wreath. So once you have this finished, it's time to decorate your wreath. It's going to be super simple. Make sure you get all those little zip ties taken care of. And then I just like to flip it over, kind of fluff up my loops a little bit. And I'm going to take some of this ribbon, just kind of a black and white ribbon, and I'm going to give it a little cut. I like to do the little, what do we call it? Dovetail. So you're going to take one loop, all right? It's about 3 to 4 inches, and you're going to take another loop, meet back at the center, and do one more loop. And we're going to do 4 loops in one, and we're going to make a little mini bow. So I'm going to show you also how to use the Pro Bow 4-in-1 to do the same thing. So if you have this bow maker, it'll make it even easier. So once you have that done, you're going to be ready to add it to your wreath. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take some greenery and we're going to layer this. So I'm going to take this little chip clip that I get from Dollar Tree or Amazon, and I'm going to take a little bit of this greenery bush. I'm going to, cut all the little different twigs off, and then we'll have several pieces. This is what I always recommend when you're working either with a grapevine wreath or a project like this. You're going to cut all the twigs off. You just get a little bit more bang for your buck that way. We don't want to put a whole bush in one section. So basically what we're going to do is I take a zip tie, and on those cross brackets, you see it right there, I'm going to put a zip tie there, and then we're going to layer the greenery first, one in each direction there, and then I'm just going to put that little bow that we made right there, and then we're going to zip tie it. That is your decorations for this wreath. It's really super simple, such an easy wreath to make, and I would love to see this for Easter. I think you could use some like yellow burlap from Walmart, and then get some eggs. You could use so many different decor options for this, and then you could change it out. So if you wanted to use this as a wreath base for all seasons, keep that in mind. You could just take out the decor pieces and add an Easter sign or add a 4th of July sign. Change out your bow if you just want an all year round type wreath. This is really a good method to use for that, and it's just really nice because you made it. You make it a lot more fuller than what you can buy at the store. Let's be honest. I've seen some of those wreaths and they're a hot mess, and I'm like, okay, those look like they're going to fall apart within a month. So don't buy it, make it, because you can do this. But guys, if you love to craft, make sure you're following me here on Julie's Wreath Boutique. We love to craft. So let me show you how to do it with the Pro Bow 4-in-1. So of course we start off with our tail, and we do the little dovetail, and then you're going to go back and forth about 3 to 4 inches on each side. You're going to twist it and add another loop on the other side, and it's just going to make it really super simple. You're going to dovetail that other end. As you can see to the left there, I already have my zip tie already ready for us to place our greenery. So we're going to put our greenery in on both sides there, one pointing each direction, and then add your little bow, and boom, it's done. It's so nice. So I added one bundle for each section, and I believe this wreath had about 7 or 8 sections, and as you can see, I do it super fast. I wish, right? But guys, I hope you are enjoying this video. Let me know in the comments what you want to see here on YouTube. I always love to see what you guys want, and we're going to do it this year. So let's make a big bow, okay? So I had this green ribbon, and we're going to start off with a 6-inch tail. We're going to twist it, and then we're going to find the 6-inch, about 5 to 6 inches on the loop there. Then we're going to add another loop the same size. I guess I did it more like 5 inches actually. And we're going to do 3 loops on each side. So I was using this green to kind of complement the sign, right? And then we'll add the black and white ribbon, and then a little bit of, I think I'd get out a burlap ribbon that I got off of Amazon. But again, check my description box below, guys. I will have everything that you need for this project listed in the description box. It's right underneath this video, but I hope you guys really enjoy this one. We have made a version of the burlap bubble wreath all the time for years, but I always love to bring it back for occasions like this. So we're going to start again with another tail. You're going to twist it, dovetail it, and then we're going to go about the 4-inch mark, and we're going to go back and forth. I believe we do at least 2. Let's see. It's bad, guys. I make these wreaths, and then when I do the voiceover, I'm like, how many did I do? So I hope I'm not the only one feeling that way. So I guess it's my old age. So we did 2, right? So, and I know some of you guys are rolling your eyes at me right now, okay? Bear with me. So now we're going to get this really, like, it's a 3/4 of an inch ribbon, and I got this from Amazon too. Whenever I run out of it, I always order more because I just like this look of ribbon. And I liked that it was burlap and kind of go with the base of the ribbon. So we just did 1 loop on each side. So we went from 5 to 4 to 3 on that. I'm taking my extra long chenille stem. I'm going to cross it over, and then we're going to bring this off of the bow maker and twist it on the back, and then we're going to put this on our wreath. Pretty simple. But guys, if you made it all the way through this video, I'm going to ask you something. Will you leave me a little rainbow emoji? Part of this, as I'm making this, looks like it could be like a St. Patrick's Day wreath. I really do. I'm like, it's got the green, and like you could add some little gold coins or something to it. But now what we're going to do is we're going to add the sign we made. So I'm just going to use, because this particular board was so thin, again, this was a Dollar Tree round sign. And guys, I don't even know if Dollar Tree still sells these. This is stuff I had in my stash. So I just took a pipe cleaner and a little bit of felt, and we're making 2 connections on this wreath. We're going to do it at the top because it has 2 holes in the top, and then we're going to anchor 1 down at the bottom. So keep that in mind. So we put our bow up at the 11 o'clock area where we had a missing part. For some reason that didn't get edited into this video, but that's okay. I think you understand what we did. But we just not zip tied it. We used the stems and we connected it to the wreath. So you're going to find the base of the wreath, and you're going to just tie this onto it. So we're doing one at around 11 o'clock, and we have another one that we just added around the 4 to 5 o'clock area on our sign. And then again, you don't want to bring this down too far because then your wreath will eat up your sign. And so we want the sign to kind of more like sit on the top. Now keep in mind, if you're going to be putting this outside, you need a covered porch for burlap. This is not a wreath you want to get wet. So if it can go in between your doors, I would highly recommend that. If you end up using a different base that can go outdoors, I would also recommend spraying the sign with like maybe a Rust-Oleum clear matte acrylic spray, just so that none of the paint will run, okay? I don't want the paint to run and you'd be like, Julie, I made it. It was beautiful. And it didn't turn out. So we would hate for that to happen. But guys, every Sunday night we're here on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure to come back every Sunday night. If you're not on my email list, go down to the description box. Get on my email list. We let you know when we go live, when we have a new video, when we have anything exciting we want to share, or maybe like today, there was an encouraging email in your email inbox. So check it out. We are so excited to be here and to help you live all your crafting dreams. Now, if you're somebody in the business side, if you're trying to sell your wreaths, you're trying to sell your crafts, you need to think about Julie's Biz Boutique. I'd love to have you there. But guys, come back next week. We'll have a brand new video every Sunday night at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you know what? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week on Julie's Wreath Boutique. Bye-bye.